Hi, ready to be plantified? If you think I'm making no sense, you might want to stay. Today we're doing something a bit different. If you've watched my other videos, you know I usually go straight into spoiler territory, but this book isn't released yet. It would be so evil of me to reveal everything. And I will! But don't worry, I'll tell you when to leave. Before that, let me tell you a bit about Winds of Strife. First book of the upcoming Dawnless Night series. Winds of Strife takes place in a world where the night gets longer and longer and longer. That doesn't sound very good, does it? It is believed that the one responsible is a witch. Yeah, they're kinda dumb. But that's not all. Because of this, the king is scared of women. No joke. As soon as he suspects one of them to practice sincerity, the magic in this world, it's the misogyny is real, my dudes. This is where our troubled hero barges in and tries to save the day, as well as many awesome witches that prove that sincerity really is no crime. It's magic that allows you to harness emotions and do a bunch of cool stuff. Bonus points if you happen to master one of them. You master calm? Congrats, you're a mesmer. Master care? You're an empath. Anger? Pyromancer. Great, isn't it? For further teasing, here's a little peek at the prologue. I just opened the book and everything is on fire. Literally. Adrienne is seen giving off a strange white aura while she's giving birth in the woods and is accused of being a witch. And what do we do to witches? Yep, we burn them. So the angry villagers come knocking at her door and this one piece of trash is like, I'm gonna kill you and your baby, you fat filthy witch. But Adrienne just stood there like, no. You. So at first she remains calm, with a capital C because there's some emotional magic going on here. But then that one guy gets too close to her baby and she enters a state of hatred, with a capital H, meaning she absolutely freaks out. She basically burns the whole village, including herself. The sole survivor is her baby daughter, Ivy. Trigger warning for violence, sexual abuse, domestic abuse, and mental disorders. There's nothing graphic, but I thought you should know. Okay, if you're interested in checking out the book, which I recommend, now is the time to leave. Go to this timestamp to skip spoilers and read the book and then come back. Please come back. No one's ever come back. If you read the book or don't care about spoilers, then welcome. We have blankets, cookies, and unhealthy amounts of caffeine. Now watch me be angry. Alidar. Enter the king, another great father figure I had the pleasure to encounter. What's up with you fantasy authors? Y'all have daddy issues? Cause I do. Buckle up, I got quite a few pieces of shit to introduce to you and this is only the first one. Reasons why Alidar is a massive poop. Number 1, he lies. A lot. He lied about burning Tren. He lied about being Ivy's father. He lied about the extent of his powers. He lied about defeating Savrin. I think he lies more than he breathes. Number 2, he's a tyrant. He pretends to have all these noble goals: stop the hypothetical witch that's making the nights longer, protect the kingdom from dangerous Senspiritors, win the war against his brother and save the Senspiritors under his rule in the south. Then he turns around and there! He's got a dungeon full of witches that he doesn't hesitate to kill and gets excited when they cry. Wow. Number 3, he's the worst father. Putting aside the fact that he's no father at all, he really was awful. Controlling Ivy through her emotions and through Nye was already bad enough, but then Nye suggested hitting Ivy and surprisingly the king was like, no, I would never do that. Oh, okay, but you can. That's not all. No. The king doesn't want Ivy to study because obviously woman plus knowledge equals big no-no. That is ridiculous. Outrageous even. But yeah, be scared of us, you weaklings. So instead he makes Ivy get into art because that's less brainy, so less dangerous. Oh, now I feel insulted. Close that book, daughter, and go doodle pretty pictures in a corner or something, will ya? The king won't even let Ivy have servants. He tries to isolate her at any cost, which is the prime of toxic behavior. Wow. Ivy. Poor, sweet little Ivy. There is not a single person around her not trying to use her. She spent her time being dragged around by Nye, and I wish I would just punch him every time he laid a hand on her. She did, once. She even broke his ribs. I like that. That was great. Do it more. Oh yeah, and I guess she also did the one thing everyone told her not to. Practice her sincerity. That's illegal! Because that would make her dangerous. It would make her scary. And scared they were. So scared they did everything to shush her powers, and even when Nai said he'd help her, it was to better manipulate her, and it worked so fast. But it makes sense for Ivy to be this easy to manipulate, considering how she was sheltered her whole life and stripped of her potential for so long. And when she actually listened and just painted stuff at home, everyone was like, ew, that's ugly. Can y'all just leave her alone? This whole situation is so unfair to her. Even as a main character, she was outshined by Nai throughout the whole book. Although I expect that to change, or I hope so. The only way she existed in this book is through her relationship with Nai. A stupid relationship, really. Nai thinks she's beautiful. I don't like where this is going. Oh no, did he just kiss her? Ivy! Stop kissing him! He deserves no kisses! Oh my goodness, they're having sex! I think I puked a little in my mouth. Okay, but more seriously, all their interactions felt so empty, and Nai's such a dick! Why does she even like him? I assumed it was because of him harnessing her love, but if this is supposed to be a genuine romance, then it's a disaster. Goodness gracious, they even got married. I give up. Psst, side note. Madness suggested Ivy's dreams could be a vision of what she might become. Ivy dreams of being a god. Foreshadowing? Kirak. I wasn't kidding earlier. Oh no. Piece of shit number 2. Harbinger Kirak. What's even there to say? He says he wants to save the world when, let's be honest, he just wants to be king and have all the power to himself. Sure, Aladar is incompetent, but this Kirak guy really thinks his dumbass can save the world from the extended night? Surprise, surprise! On top of being an arrogant idiot, he's also violent. Merciless towards women, killed Nai's entire household, uses his Harbinger status to be a dick, and then he just says sorry, and he's sincere? No bitch, you're not. I don't care about your apology, you can stick it right in your stupid ass. Glitter. Harbinger Hunter, to which is a guide, for she is a mesmer and will leave you plantified. Hey, was that good? Do you think Glitter would hire me? Glitter. She makes me feel conflicted. She's fun. I like her. However, she's not without faults. She does the exact same thing Nai does with Ivy. She emotionally manipulates her boyfriend. Yikes. Poor Haynock. Him and Kieran, the empath, are the only decent men in this book. I see Glitter's actions as an awful betrayal towards Haynock. I don't care if she allegedly did it to help him. I don't care if she's crying now because she got caught. I don't care. They agreed to never do this to each other, and she still did it. It's manipulation, lies, betrayal. So when Haynock chose to forgive her, yeah, I was kinda mad. How could you forgive something like this? Oh yeah, I'm so insecure, and her literally toying with my mind and my emotions makes me more confident and powerful. So screw practice, I guess I'll just accept her shit apology and keep being controlled. Yay! I don't understand. Either these people are normally forgiven or I'm just a bitch. In any case, I need Glitter's calm shield, because if it keeps up, I'll just end up as a pyromancer bordering on hatred catastrophe. Oh hey, that reminds me of someone. Cobalt? I don't like him. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk more about how I don't like him. He felt like a pale copy of Glitter. He wasn't funny. He was a bit cringe, actually. Especially with his instant infatuation for Ivy. Because she's hot? Okay. To be honest, he made me feel uncomfortable. But we appreciate him setting himself on fire. Another courtesy of Glitter. Hey bro, mind if you summon hatred one of these days? You know, that super dangerous thing that could kill us all? Yeah? Thanks for your sacrifice. Have a nice day. And now he can't speak. Literally, he can't. He lost his voice. Nice one, Glitter. When will these people learn that they shouldn't play with fire? Also, it only took me 203 pages to realize I've been reading Narcissist as Narcissist the whole time. The Hut. The Hut, or the Coven as I call it, is a shelter for a bunch of witches that Nai thought were too cool to kill. These are some interesting characters. Diane, fervorist, classy, ponytail, and way too forgiving. Especially when it comes to the abuse that she receives from Nai. Girl, you're more powerful than him. Beat his ass! Grin. Despite her name, she doesn't smile all that much. She has anger management issues. Cool! She can set the place on fire and make things go boom! Love it. However, she can't control her anger-induced flames very well, so Nai comes to help. He basically just gives her some basic piece of advice that made me go, duh. But of course, Grin tries it and she suddenly can do it and she goes, oh my god. Oh my god. You are so smart. I love you. I love your brain. What? Girl, no. At least somebody agrees with me. Mother. She lost her daughters in this shit show and she is bitter, as she should. As everyone in this place should. She hates it here. She hates Nai. She hates doing what she does. And I'm like, wow, a person with common sense. Finally! Another smart person would be Lilin. Lilin? How do you say it? Our brand new recruit. She wakes up in the middle of the night, watches her mom bleed out on the floor, gets kidnapped, wakes up in the hut, surrounded by strangers and the very same person that killed her family.
Hi, sisters!
And her reaction 5 minutes later is, wow, Nai saved my life. Okay, maybe not the smartest after all. But she actually remains skeptical of Nai's morals later on, which is way better than falling in love with him for no reason. I'm sure you realized by now it happens a lot. Let's talk about the guy. Nai. This is it, folks. Our last evidence of the men equals trash theory. I'm kidding. This is a joke. Blame the men in my life. Most of them are drowning assholes. I introduce to you the biggest piece of shit in this book, Harbinger Nai. Do I hate him because he hears voices? Of course not. I talk to myself all the time, so no judgment. No judgment in this house. I will judge you though if you're an ass. This guy's favorite hobby is grabbing women by the arm, the throat, wherever, and throw them around like drowning potato bags. He needs to stop doing that, by the way. It's very unattractive. I also hate how he can't admit being wrong. He's so preachy, sexist, and whenever Ivy shows to be smarter than him, he gets offended by it. Yeah, crazy woman, speaking words that are bigger than you, ain't ya? Shush. Excuse me? What the fuck? This is our hero, ladies and gentlemen. The way every single woman around him forgives him so easily is outrageous. He does horrible things and expects everyone to forgive him because boo-hoo, his girlfriend is dead. And the worst part is that everybody does forgive him. I'm starting to feel so cruel because I'm unable to have that much empathy for him. Seriously, am I crazy? Listen, I don't care how much trauma you go through in your life or how many times you burn alive, it does not give you a free pass to be an asshole. But never mind that. Suddenly, he's king. King of degenerate males?
Ugh, degenerate males.
Due to madness taking over, Nai lost his senspiritic powers. As we say in my country, sheh! It means, you deserved it, you dipshit! Fuck you! Yeah, as you would expect, I'm overjoyed. Save your tears, Nai. I really don't care. Maybe you won't act so high and mighty now. My only fear is that now that he's without his powers, the only thing he's got going for himself, really, he's going to take out his frustrations on Ivy. Seeing how he's already violent with his powers, I fear for the poor girl and every other woman around him.
Stop it. Get some help.
In conclusion, he needs a Snickers. Emitar. So Kirak and Alidor are out of the picture now. Nobody cares. Do you? I don't. Grin meets Savrin, the big bad witch. We don't have much info for now, but that's exciting. That epilogue though? Chef's kiss. 90 years after Nai's rule, some disaster happened. Emitar's still around. What could this all mean? I can't tell if Emitar's a good guy or not, but all the foreshadowing has me on the edge of my seat. The plot thickens, my friends. Welcome to everyone who skipped. We're back. You didn't see it, but I was very much salty. Putting that aside, I really enjoyed Winds of Strife. The beginning hooks you and introduces you to a plot that takes its time but never leaves you bored. The world building is simple but well done. The best part for me is the magic. It's a system that felt vaguely familiar, probably because it reminded me a bit of Mistborn's Allomancy, but it manages to do its own thing. I thought it was original and interesting. And let's not forget about that awesome climax and the cliffhanger ending that makes you want more. Great debut. The only weak point to me is the characters. That being said, most of them are morally grey, which makes them realistic. I just wasn't able to really connect to any of them, and it bothered me a bit. But it's fine. The story is good enough to carry the whole book, so don't let my complaints influence you. This is the kind of stuff that I believe relies on the reader and who they are. My personal experiences made me despise certain characters and their actions, and that's no issue in and of itself. My only real problem is Nai, because he's terrible in my opinion when he's supposed to be likable, I assume. But I saw other reviews that didn't mind half the stuff that bothered me, so that's why I suggest you read the book and see for yourself. If you have some thoughts, you can leave them in the comments below. I'm very interested to see if some people might have a total opposite opinion to mine. So read the book. Do it!
Just do it!
A huge thank you to the author for allowing me to discover this great story in advance and for trusting me with his characters. Also, we reached 200 subscribers recently. That's a lot of people. Thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. Hope you're all doing okay and happy holidays. See you next year. Sorry.